402-781-8691. That's to Rats.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning. Now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
HealthLink is elevating the human experience with holistic health, weight loss, nutrition, fitness, and wellness solutions. They offer one-on-one health coaching while personalizing nutrition and wellness plans for structure and simplicity. HealthLink provides nutritious foods such as high-protein entrees, meal replacement snacks, and supplements. But that's not all. If you mention 93.7 The Ticket, you'll get a 5% discount on your order and $20 off your first month if you start a HealthLink subscription. Find your missing link with HealthLink today on the southeast corner of 70th and Pioneers or by phone at 402-858-9356.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All right, welcome in to the Fitness Fanatics. Guys are tuning in. Obviously, we have a little change in schedule here during football season. Usually, Pete Ferguson and Bigger Than the Score has preceded us for the last 2 years, but his show will now be after our show. So he'll be on at 11. So you can stay with the ticket when you're done with us to hear some awesome, has a couple scholars coming in here later at 11. I texted him when I found out his show was moving and asked him if he needed a little more sleep. And he said no.
That's what he told me. He said he was just too tired in the mornings to do it anymore.
No. He works on no sleep. That's just that's
he
what
does.
He does anyway.
And now when
You
the
guys all have
Cowboys
that in common.
when the Cowboys play at noon, he's going to be like, "All right, we can be done 10 minutes early today." Got to get out of here. Got to get out of here. Get home and watch that. All right. Well, thanks for joining us today. We have a couple guests coming in at the top or at 9:30. Both huge ticket listeners, both breakers, fit members out at Meadow Lane. They have done really, really well in the last year at Farrell's. They've won the last couple fit challenges, so they were just kind of harassing us to come on the show. So we're gonna have them on. No, I know. But they're gonna have fun. I think one of them thinks this is like his interview for the ticket. So we'll see how that goes when he gets in here.
What a great day to do the interview.
I know,
Give
right?
me your hot takes.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
So no, I was obviously this is the first time since August of 2019 that we are 1-0.
Yep.
And I slept like a baby last night. Oh, it was just wonderful.
Yeah, it's crazy. That stat blew my mind when I saw it pop up. I was like, 2019. That's how many years in a row I've just been disappointed to start off the year.
Just
Like, what an awful way to kick off fall. Since
I know.
2019, I've started fall with a frown.
Yep. And it's actually, and then we lost our opener in 2018 as well. So it was like 5 of the last 6 years. But that's okay because all that led up to this. So I was out at the game yesterday.
We didn't lose the opener
And what?
in 2018.
Well, it was rained out.
Right.
But then we lost
the
the
next
first game. Yeah.
Yeah, the last
Technically,
home
that doesn't
opener
count.
win, I think, was South Alabama until obviously UTEP.
Yeah.
Yikes.
All right.
We are happy to announce that Jeff and Ben went to the game. So Ben was able to be in attendance when the Huskers won. So the curse has been broken.
It's literally only the second time he's walked out of a Husker athletic event.
Oh, that's
With the
right.
dub.
With them winning.
Yeah.
I forgot young Ben, not that young Ben.
Yeah.
Your son Ben
Yes.
was
Yes.
cursed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not
The curse
anymore.
is lifted.
Yep.
And we stayed to the end of the game. We're like,
Mhm.
we're not leaving until this is final. And we take a picture. And so his curse is broken. And now he's gearing up for next week.
We do
For
get
the Colorado game.
This is important one I got to bring up. You guys are being called out here.
Uh-oh.
But
Oh,
the
I'm
one and
trying.
only Pete Ferguson. The DP changed showtime so I could do the Furl Sunday class. Where was everyone?
Well, we do have a virtual platform, Pete. So you could have just logged right into the virtual studios and gotten your workout done. So I know, I was about ready to reply to that.
Oh, did he message? I didn't see him on the text.
It's on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So
There's
yes.
still time. There's still time, Pete. Get in there. Get
Yeah,
that virtual workout
The
done.
virtual workout really makes it tough for anyone to have an excuse.
I
Right.
know.
So are you all like Nebraska talked out? I mean, because you have a
Jeff was a little concerned you were going to be burnt out.
I'm fired up. I might have not 1, 2 QBs this year, Jeff. We haven't even gotten to the Bears yet. I might have 2 QBs. I can watch this year.
You have the Hall of Famer, NFL veteran Jay Foreman in here breaking this down, and then here I come in. Just, all right, what did we see yesterday, guys?
We all know you're the big X's and O's guys.
Well, no, I'm just no.
It's a good compare and contrast.
Right. I'm just
and novice.
I'm just a fan, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I played on the JV team as a senior in high school.
Yep.
I got a little experience in there.
You have much more experience as a fan.
But no, it was awesome. It was awesome to see all the backups get in. Like, I just don't remember a time where we had 6 different running backs carry the ball.
I don't think we have had a time.
I mean,
like you have to go Bo Pelini era. There, Mike Riley, he had some seasons where I think early on we'd get up and we could see the second, third stringers in there.
Yeah.
With Frost, we never got to that point. Northwestern, in that one-off chance game where there's that night game where we dropped, I think, like 50 points on them. That might have been the last time we got
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
We've had some weak opponents on schedules.
Having watched it at home, Katie and I were watching it at home. I really appreciated when Harburg came out. Not the first time for just that half second, but when he was actually in, just his change in demeanor too. He was excited. He was like happy to be there, not the weight of the entire world on his shoulders. Like, oh no, I'm not ready for this. So that was nice to see. It was nice to see the players enjoying themselves on the field.
It was nice to see Harburg. He's like, I'm not the starting QB. I'm gonna go lay this kid out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
on his run, run he had.
Yes.
He could have had a first down, which I think on the tape they'll probably poke fun at him. Like, hey, you probably could have just made a move and get the first down.
Smart,
but he just ran straight at that dude.
That just shows the level of excitement, and it's very different from last season when he was brought in.
Yeah, it was good. He looked just excited.
Yes.
And like you said, he doesn't have the entire pressure on him.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he was not only just got thrown into that position, he just didn't have a whole lot of experience in it either.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got to try to figure out a way to get this team bowling. That's just desperate.
Yeah. It was nice to see as a spectator.
But yeah, it's nice to be 1-0.
It's fantastic.
And then now the real stress begins.
This coffee tastes so much better this morning.
It just does. You just kind of walking out of the stadium. It was nice. Just kind of relaxed. It felt good. It felt good. And then now you're instantly thinking to next week.
Yeah,
right.
I'm sure the players are already there. Like, I'm sure that as soon as the game is over, they're thinking about Colorado. Because Jay pointed this out too. It's important to remember Colorado played on Thursday.
Yep,
So they got some extra time there to get ready for Nebraska football. So those guys are definitely going to be ready. So Nebraska, they're going to have to get their minds right, which I think Rule and company, I'm not too worried about them not having the right focus heading into it.
Yeah. Well, we did see those same receivers and quarterback a year ago, and Nebraska did pretty well defensively in the first quarter and had a great game plan. You just can't expect them to hold up when we're just turning the ball over and missed opportunities and never really got any traction, any momentum. So I don't know. I'm not chalking up anything as a victory, as Warren Sapp did in 1994. So
you should have brought it.
Yeah, it's okay.
We found over the week we found the photo album. The photo album with all the newspaper clippings that Jeff saved.
Oh my
from
Lord.
that year.
Yes, I have. So we lived in Des Moines. I was 16 in 1994, and I have a photo album, and I cut out every single article from the Des Moines Register after every single Husker game. And
You should have brought it
I know, maybe next week. And
next week for
I
sure.
have the little preview of the Orange Bowl with some quotes from Warren Sapp in there. And
We talked about last week, but we actually found it.
well, I think Harrison was Ubering to the studio, so I think he missed that part.
Oh, this was last. Okay.
Yeah, last week we
we
were talking
It's been a
about
long week.
we were talking about Warren Sapp being in Memorial Stadium. We had a texter text in that just said we really want to see if they can get a picture of him sucking the oxygen like on the big screen, so he can see that and relive that from I know we're on what 29 years ago, but or 30 years ago.
Don't do the math. It's only gonna hurt your feelings.
Now listen. This is hopefully somebody's listening.
402-464-5685.
It's been 30 years since Nebraska beat Miami and Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp is going to be in Memorial Stadium next Saturday. Can we please get every single one of the pipeline offensive linemen in the stadium, get them out at the 50-yard line, and just get some fear and trembling in Warren Sapp? I mean, please, we need everybody. Zadika, Uyghur, Sty, all those guys.
Yep, and then we'll bring Sue. We'll get Crick. We'll get David.
We need them all out.
Boy's going to be there too, so we'll need to intimidate him a little bit.
100%.
30 years. And I thought, so in 2021, at the end of the first quarter, when they played Come and Running Boys, they always had, they not wheeled, but they had a little golf cart where they golf carted out somebody from the 1971 team. So then in between, like the first and second verse, it was like, from 1971, Johnny Rogers or whoever. They had people I'd never heard of, like offensive linemen.
Johnny Rogers.
Well, I've heard of him.
I know. It was a bad example.
Well, I couldn't think of anybody else.
Yeah, I know.
Or Rich Glover, right? And then he gets off and he waves and everybody just cheering. And then the song picks back up and they just wheel him around the stadium. Like,
that is cool.
Now they just shoot shirts off.
This would be a good time to bring it back.
Yes.
Absolutely perfect time to bring it back.
Just bring them all out at the end of the first quarter, just from 1994, the pipeline, and just start listing their names off. Have some shots of Sapp up there. Ray Lou. I mean,
let's just get Tom Osborne too.
Talk about
just get everybody,
just getting people just fired up. That would be amazing.
The Buffalo doesn't ever travel, right? Is that only home games?
I would hope not. That would be mean. That would be mean to the Buffalo.
I'm trying to think of the craziest mascot that actually travels.
Well, probably like the dog, like Georgia.
Yeah, the dog.
Those
travels.
little,
I'm trying to think of. Yeah, I don't think Colorado is ever gonna, unless it's like a close. Like a Colorado.
You have Ralphie walking around down at the Haymarket.
I don't
in the
want
Haymarket on game day.
No. Plus, I mean, never in Nebraska, but think about how the opponent team could treat a mascot that's out there throwing things out and stuff. That's what the Colorado fans would do.
Oh, they would.
If
Yeah. Well, I always have it
not
in
in
my
Nebraska. Clearly, we would never.
I was having it in my head thinking of like Tom Osborne just staring down Ralphie and just like not flinching.
Yeah, I see that
we
picture.
need to do that again. I'm like, there's no way they're getting Ralphie on the plane. So we're not,
no,
that's not gonna happen.
That's an iconic picture.
It is. It's so cool.
Yeah. So anyway, next week, now next Sunday we'll have a lot to talk about because we'll have Colorado, Nebraska, and we'll have Caleb Williams' debut that afternoon.
Yeah,
hopefully
it's preview.
Hopefully it's as good as Rayola's debut. And did you see Patrick Mahomes tweeted out
little cuz
with some highlight packages? And he did have a little, and the guys that are coming in later, they're Chiefs fans, so maybe we get a little comparison of Mahomes and Raiola. But he did have a little sidearm pass there
a couple times
for first down that looked eerily similar.
Yep. Running forward, sidearms it.
Yep.
Just still manages to get an insane amount of zip on the ball.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
I'm in a weird spot with these Chiefs fans.
One
I might have to embrace them.
Yeah, yes. Especially we need to get Mahomes up here for a game.
Not until after next week. Ravens Chiefs Thursday. We can't cheer for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Well, we say we're going to cheer.
House.
We didn't say we're going to cheer for the Chiefs.
Well, we can't get whatever.
I'll cheer for Mahomes, not the Chiefs.
There you go. Okay.
After Thursday.
So
in our house.
You guys one of my biggest pet peeves is when people go to the game and don't wear red.
Yes, we know. Very
So
well.
yesterday I was very in tune to, I was just kind of looking at shirts, and I was kind of like giving,
You're always like that. What do you mean yesterday?
well, I was giving people
Game day.
a little pass. Yesterday I thought, okay, if I see, because there were people that would just go to this game that like don't have any Nebraska anything on.
Yeah.
Just a random gray shirt.
Yeah, from Haynes.
Like
they
they
just
just-
From Haynes,
Yeah,
right?
Still wrinkles in it.
Like, or like I noticed somebody's wearing like a soccer jersey. Like, I don't know, some European soccer team.
Someone's
Like,
got Barcelona, Man
Yeah,
City jersey.
yeah. And I'm just like,
It's weird.
and I don't know, maybe people are just, well, I don't really care. I'll just go eat like the people sitting next to us. So the season, well, I guess I don't know if they're season ticket holders because they weren't there yesterday, but the two guys that usually sit to our right,
Mhm.
they were not there. So there were two,
Which isn't uncommon. A lot of times
two
they would
people
have
were
it.
there that we didn't know who they were. Neither of them wearing one thing that said Nebraska.
Yeah, that
Not a hat, nothing.
what? So if we have anybody listening and you go to the football game, do you not think about what you're wearing at all? Like, I don't understand that. How do you not wear Husker gear?
I mean, just I was even okay if it was, I was okay if it was the gray shirt that said Nebraska. Like,
Mhm.
so now my standards have dipped a little bit. Like before it's red. Now after seeing all the stuff,
Non.
all the apparel that doesn't even say Nebraska.
That's
I mean,
weird.
we were up there watching kind of the big screen. They were doing something, and there was somebody with an Iowa Hawkeye shirt on.
Of course there was.
Like, who let that guy in the stadium to begin with? Like, don't you think we could turn that person away and say,
and why are you putting them on the big screen?
I
Maybe it was a
Make
scout.
them move.
Maybe it's like I was
Connor
taking
Stallions?
a page. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe I was taking a page from Michigan. I mean, hey, they got 40 points. They're doing something different.
no,
Yeah.
There's Black Chime now. We're gonna have a shootout on Black now.
Stop
no,
it.
there's no shootout.
Zoop. Shush.
Pete texted in, said, I want Ralphie to come to Lincoln and visit a couple schools. I could set that up. Maybe you can come to Farrell's for Theme Friday.
No, I don't want
A
Ralphie.
Buffalo,
Buffalo
thank
riding.
you.
Yeah, that scares me a
No,
little
we
bit.
get Little Red. That'd be cool.
Oh, that would be cool.
That'd be fun. But Katie and I went to the grocery store before the game yesterday, and there was someone walking into the grocery store wearing decked out in Texas gear, which I feel like was annoying.
Well, that's okay.
No, it's annoying.
I mean, we've lived in Iowa wearing Nebraska
that's what
stuff,
Katie
right?
said. Katie said that, but we both like looked at each other as we walked by him, and Katie's like, she was like, her face was not having it. He was wearing a disgustingly burnt orange shirt with the Longhorns and a beanie, and it was like 80 degrees outside. Like
Yeah,
that was
good style. The
The
calculated.
beanie's the bigger offense there,
Yes,
I think.
that was calculated because the beanie also had the Longhorns on it. So he picked that outfit to wear on Husker game day. I guarantee it.
Well, I'm sure, which is fine. I just don't know why
Which
you
is fine.
like.
Texas played
Okay.
yesterday too, so he could have been wearing it.
So at the end of
No.
September, we're going to Ravens and Bills Sunday night football. You think I'm gonna wear my Bear sweatshirt?
No.
I mean, I'm not gonna be that person, right?
No,
I'm gonna wear something Ravens.
immerse yourself in the experience, in the whatever. I don't know. That's what I feel.
Yeah, we do got
What?
Isaac chiming in. Yes. Turn the Iowa and Texas apparel folks away.
Yeah. I mean, this guy was just going to the grocery store, but we
No,
I
not
have
allowed.
no.
Yeah, I know.
We need to
But
appreciate.
Katie and I had very obvious facial expressions about it. I had sunglasses on, but I rolled my eyes real hard.
Well, Katie, that's because I raised my kids to look at the Texas logo like it's
Satanic.
evil.
Yeah.
Evil. But you can't. You're just putting the cross up.
Like you can't
It's
even
bad.
draw it. Like if you draw the logo, it's like whoa.
Absolutely
no, you
not.
can't. So no, we appreciate Isaac texting our show for the first time. He says he's an early breaker, so I'm going to do a hut. Me too. Breaker. Listen every day. I listen on YouTube though, so I listen. Usually I'm at the gym or something. So, but no, appreciate Isaac texting our show for the first time. We've been here
Yeah.
for 2.5 years,
Mhm.
and I know I was kind of excited because now Jay's on, right? So I think like all these people are listening to the Husker recap. Now they're just
Mhm.
going to kind of, oh well, let's see what's next.
I think we were talking about this on the
That's a
way
nice-
in.
Yeah.
Change.
It is a good transition because it's all football, and then as much as I try, I can't keep football out of this first segment.
Well, especially not now.
right. I
mean,
know.
it's
So
over.
football bleeds over to us, and then we have, hopefully, usually our positive, motivational guests and stuff. And then that rolls right into Pete's show. So I think it's a good flow. It's a good
Yes,
flow.
because now, like, especially starting next week, we got to be real positive from 9 till noon leading up to the NFL, right? Kind of take our mind off of it. And then I'm open, like, maybe at some point we can do a little crossover and have Pete come in for like the last segment. We can do a little NFL preview, because usually we do talk sports the last 5-6 minutes.
I know.
So that might be kind of cool too. I don't know. I don't think Pete really talks a lot of sports on his show, with the kids in here and stuff, but
He'll sneak the
Oh,
Cowboys
no.
in
Yeah,
on the
I'm like,
first
what are you
segment.
talking about?
That's kind of what you do, Jeff. You
Yeah.
guys are very similar in that way, where you'll sneak it in and then get to the guest.
Yeah, no, he definitely talks about the Cowboys. I don't think anybody doesn't know who he's cheering for on Sundays.
and that's okay. Sports
The sports station.
brings everybody together, right? I mean, there's so much divisiveness in the world and especially in this country, but when you go sit at a game, you're not looking around at people being like, oh,
Yeah.
wonder who they're voting for, right?
Yeah,
you
that's
don't
a great
care.
point.
You just
I hope
you're-
not. You
you're-
should not be there.
You're
if
high
that's what you're
fiving
thinking.
strangers.
Mhm.
You're not worried about getting COVID or you're just like you don't care what's going on. Like
That's why the Olympics are great.
I had a
Like,
lady.
you get down on a world stage.
Yeah.
I had a lady yesterday. I'm assuming, I highly doubt she's listening, but
I don't know. You said she knows a lot about football, so maybe
well,
she does.
she
listen.
might be.
She's
So
just
shout out
never
to her.
been to a
she doesn't know who I
Husker
am, though.
game. Yeah.
So anyway, we had these. There's an older couple that sits next to us, and that's their tickets, and they had got up and left probably, I don't know, in the first quarter, just headed down the stairs. It probably was too hot for them, and then like 2 minutes later, this new couple comes and sits down right next to us, and I'm like, oh, so I wasn't really talking. I'm not a big really talker person, to strangers, and then like she started like Ben and went down to get some Gatorades, and then so I'd asked her. I was just curious, like, well, how'd you guys end up here? Because there were two different people sitting next to me 5 minutes ago. So then I asked her a question, and then she's just
Floodgates
the
open.
chatterbox, right? During the game, I'm trying to watch, and
He didn't have a remote to passively
No, I
aggressively
couldn't turn the volume up.
pause
like
or
I do at the house,
Yeah.
just turn it up to about 60.
She wasn't dialed into the nuances of your
She-
facial expressions.
Yeah, she was asking me like how much we paid for our tickets. This is her very first Husker game. She wasn't a Husker fan. Her husband's a Husker fan, so the only reason she came was for him. I didn't ask her who her team was. I was just trying to not get into more conversations. But when they first got up there, she was very upset about something. A little bickering going on.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so I was,
So you had two games going on.
yeah, I wasn't
Well,
really getting involved. And she leaned over and she was talking about there's a couple guys behind, like, talking about this and what they would do. And he said, oh, maybe I should be the defensive coordinator. You get the armchair quarterback. So she's stuck mouth. She's going to throw water on them all this stuff. Like, she was really not all that enthusiastic. But then, so I'm talking to her, and then when Nebraska scored, they scored then one of the next touchdown they scored. So Ben and I were standing up. It was down kind of at the goal line. And then this lady stands up. And then they score, and all of a sudden we look over and she has both hands up, high-fiving us.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Right?
It was
It's just
contagious.
like, what a 360, right? She's all upset, like her feet were
I
getting
don't think that's a 360. It's
or 180.
Yeah.
Her feet were getting sunburned, just had sandals on. She was cranky. She didn't know if she could make it. And all of a sudden, I'm giving Ben a high five, and I look over. She's just high fiving Ben and I. Like, it was just unbelievable. So we made her day, right?
Yep.
I talked to her because I was sitting there thinking, like, and Bill Bush always like, be nice to somebody. Just, do something nice. So I was thinking, all right, I'll talk to her and have conversations, answer her questions. And then the next thing I know, she's up there just high
All in.
fiving, and then there was one funny part at the end of the half. She was like, because she did tell me that, when we were talking about the guys behind us, she said, I know more about football than these two guys behind, right? So she was throwing out her expertise. And then at the end of the first half, she's like, well, why don't they just kick a field goal? Like there's 8 seconds left, And then so I was standing up, and then they threw that touchdown, and I was like, That's why.
No, Ben said.
I was just right in her ear.
Ben
That's
said
why.
you screamed it at her, is what Ben said.
What happened to the Bill Bush
That
be
you-
nice to somebody
That
today?
you screamed. That's why. Your both of your versions are a little bit different of what happened.
I hope she's listening. Come to the ticket
That would be
studio, give your
incredible.
side of the story.
Right.
Oh, that was great. Isaac texted in again, said, "Yep, Husker football brings us together versus all sorts of conflicting views. Nice take. Keep it up, and you'll have me in the gym by the end of your show."
Nice.
I'm a fiery,
Yeah.
pump you up guy.
Well,
like,
stay tuned because there will still be football.
oh my
talk
gosh, yes,
in the next segments.
we got a couple fiery guys
I
coming
won't
up.
be able to control it. I might as well just leave, but I'm
Did you
here,
want to go
so-
to like Sam's or
I
something?
know. I
That was on the
probably
notes that
should.
Jeff sent me.
Yeah, I know. I probably should. But
All
no,
right,
I'm
well,
staying.
We're going to go to break. When we come back, we have John and Brent coming in the studio here. I know they're excited to be on the ticket. So stay with us. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Serve Nebraska is inviting you to help thank volunteers for their service to our communities. The Step Forward Awards are Nebraska's highest awards for volunteer service, and you can show your appreciation for their hard work by attending the awards luncheon coming up on October 4th in Omaha. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. Made possible by sponsors like Omaha Public Power District. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
September 17th, 1994 was the first what? Let me think for a second.
Game against UCLA, number 13 UCLA in town. College game day was here, but that's not what he's talking
I played in that game. I had a couple carries in that game. You me give it to you? Please give it to me. September 17th, 1994 was the first year of the tunnel walk, and it has been going on for 3 decades later. I was there, but you don't. It was a blur. It was all a dream.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Have you ever gotten a car deal so good that you can brag about for decades? This is that deal. The government has given us a $4,000 in instant credit on vehicles already at the historically lowest prices. Cars that were over $50,000 just 2 years ago are now selling below $20,000. See the deals here and drive away the car of your dreams at a price you never thought possible. Go to 4000off.com, 400off.com to learn more.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. We're gonna talk sports, not right now, but we'll get some Husker opinions. We have 90 minutes, so we'll get to them eventually. But we want to introduce our two guests that we have today. Brent, how are you?
Doing great, baby.
A little closer to the mic there. And John, how are you?
Doing awesome.
Now, John, were you camping this weekend?
I was out at Bucktail Lake near Clarks, Nebraska.
And you just drove all the way here for this?
Yep. Drove in.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dedication.
What's the wife think about that? You just left her and the kids just at the campground?
Well, I'll be back.
Okay.
They might be watching right now.
Oh, nice. That would be awesome.
Yeah, tuned in.
Now, Clarks, that we actually had a virtual member from Clarks, Nebraska, that did the 10-week challenge a couple years ago.
Really?
That's pretty close, right? It's not too far away from Nebraska,
Right,
from
about
Lincoln.
an hour and a half.
Oh, well, I mean, it's kind
far.
of is far. Well, on the way home, on the way back to the campground, you can listen to Pete's show.
There you go.
Right?
Yep.
Right?
Catch up there.
All right. So first thing we like to do with you guys and with all of our guests is to get to know you a little more. Nicole and I always love it when we get to know our fit members a little better. We don't really have these conversations all the time because we only see you for a short amount of time. But we'll start with you, Brent. So a couple things we want to know. Number one, where'd you grow up? Where'd you go to high school? And then what sports did you play?
I grew up in Beatrice, Nebraska, so just south of Lincoln here. So small town, just south of Lincoln. Played football, basketball, did a little bit of track, played baseball. So small enough town where you could pretty much do it all, do everything. So came up here at the University of Nebraska after graduation. So yeah.
So Beatrice. So that's where Jake Swordston went.
Jake Swordston.
So did you know Jake in high school?
Jake was a couple grades younger than me.
Okay.
So yeah, but I knew Jake. Yeah.
All right. All right. Maybe we can get some stories off air about Jake. We can used to blackmail him or something. I don't know.
Keep it in your back pocket.
Yep.
Okay. So you played football and basketball. Were you good at these sports or were you like me? Just you were on the team, but you weren't really all that good.
I was pretty good.
Okay.
I played.
So what position did you play in football?
Football, I was a quarterback and defensive back.
Okay.
Yep. We ran kind of the option offense, so I didn't throw it a lot. If I got 10 attempts a game, I'd be pretty excited.
And this was in 2000 and what?
2007. I graduated high school.
So any visits from Mike Riley or Danny Langsdorf, or
Scouting.
no scouting from the Huskers.
That would have been Bill Callahan.
Oh, no, 07?
07.
Oh my gosh, I'm way behind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm way behind. Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we should have known that.
Well, I was thinking, I was like, in my head, I was like, Bo Pelini was 08. But I
Right.
just kind of
Mhm.
mixed the two around. So nothing from Bill Callahan.
No Billy C. He didn't come.
He didn't watch any tapes and think,
Missed
oh, this is like
opportunity.
They were going
Rich
West.
Gannon.
They were going West Coast offense, so they
Yep.
they didn't need it. They didn't need an option quarterback.
That's the only reason why.
I mean, if it would have been 3 years earlier,
Right.
he would have had Frank coming out
I would have been there.
and Turner Gill.
I would have been there.
you
Been
just
there. But
you just missed that
You know,
opportunity.
Steve Peterson cost me.
So you were in Nebraska. You went, so you would have been in 2008, right?
Yep.
When you came up
Yep.
here.
Yep.
Had the first any classes with Ndamukong Suh.
No classes with Sue. I had a class with Pierre Allen. We were pretty good buds.
Okay. Yep. I know him. Defensive end.
Yep. That was the guy that I was actually like sat right next to. Zach Lee had a class with him. That was pretty cool.
Did you give him any throwing? Did you like help him out? Give him any tips on throwing the football?
No.
He didn't ask?
I told him how to run the veer option, but that didn't help him. But
I don't think he was built for that.
yeah,
Right?
No.
Oh gosh, this is funny. I could talk about this stuff.
Yeah,
all
I
day.
know we weren't supposed to be talking about football.
No, it's just not. This is about Brent.
This is
the background.
This is my
This is
career.
not.
This is all him. I mean, I didn't go to UNL, so I didn't.
I know.
Like, we're excited because our
not.
son
I don't
is
know why I'm talking like this.
he's planning on going to Nebraska.
Right.
That's what he wants to do. And
Yes.
then just last night, he's like, "Yeah, can you believe that I'm going to be in school with Dylan Raiola next year?"
Mhm.
So like, yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yep.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
Get a schedule.
Any any moments, as we like to call them, the Al Bundy moments, where like at Beatrice, did you have a 200 rushing yard game and 4 touchdowns or anything like that you would be like, wow, this is, or that even Jake would remember?
Gosh, I don't know. I don't know if Jake would remember any of my stuff.
Probably wasn't spectacular then.
No. I mean, we've got a couple state championships under my belt. We got a baseball state championship, a basketball state championships. So those are probably
Well, that's cool.
those are probably the more highlights. I don't think I have anything crazy like that's
No
Al,
school
Al,
records.
Al Bundy-esque. I did hold the
Okay.
school
Here we
the
go.
Beatrice school record for interceptions in a season at
Oh.
one point. I don't know if it still stands or not, but
I had an interception once.
did you?
It was 4th down, and they threw a long pass, and I picked it off. And in retrospect, I should have just knocked it down. 'Cause
Nice.
I cost our team about 30 yards. But when you're on the JV team as a senior, you're just you're trying to make your moments.
Got to catch
So when
that.
that ball's
Yeah.
coming to me, yes.
It was just
I had-
instinct. You couldn't help it. It
Because
was
I
just-
thought I'm going to run this back for a touchdown. I was
No.
tackled immediately.
Something we're talking about now.
Yeah.
They don't put that in the season statistics. Batted
So,
down pass.
We got a couple
No.
texts. See, Brent,
No.
you're so popular. We'll get to you, John, here in just a second. So we have a texter 7839 says, shout out Mink Dog. Don't forget all the passes I caught from you, Engler.
Oh yeah.
All right. So he was like your
He was a-
Jerry Rice.
He was a receiver. Yeah.
He caught a few of those 10
I
passes a
think-
game.
I think at one point he had the school record for receptions in a season. Yeah.
All from you.
Not for me. Those were for me.
Oh.
Those were a year prior.
Okay. When they had
Couple-
the passing
yeah,
QB in there.
A little bit more passing that year.
Okay. Oh, we also got a text from Pete, said, were you one of the Fighting Jim Weeks?
I was.
One of the
Yep.
best coaches out there.
Yep.
He said.
Yep.
Well, that's cool. I don't really know much about Beatrice except for Beatrice Bakery.
Yep.
So that's about all I know
Mhm.
with here at the ticket. But that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No wonder you're such a fierce fit challenge competitor.
Right.
All right.
Winners win.
Yep. All
That's
right.
our motto.
Let's go to you, John. So give us kind of the same background. Where'd you go to school? Where'd you grow up? Any sports that you played growing up?
Well, I'm from Maryville, Missouri, home of the Spoof Hounds.
Okay.
Only mascot of its kind in the nation.
The Spoof Hounds.
Spoof Hounds. Yep.
Was there a like what the mascot look like? Is it like a dog?
Oh, it's really evolved. Early on, back in high school in the cafeteria, we had like a mural of each change, and it kind of went from like a wimpy looking dog to this big muscular macho dog.
Okay.
So think of like almost like a basset hound.
Okay.
With big ears and big muscles.
So the early ones were the Basset Hound before FXB, and then after FXB, then it morphed
exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Now I was just trying to get that picture in my head. So it's like a before and after photo.
You just Google Spoof Hounds, it comes up Maryville High School.
I can't multitask like that.
I know
like
you
I
can't,
have to be
but
focused, and
it very much looks like a before and after.
yeah,
for
they're
sure.
awesome.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So Marysville, where exactly is that? I feel like I've driven by that. That's kind of a Kansas City suburb, or is that around Kansas City on the way to Kansas City?
On the way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about an hour and a half north of Kansas City.
Okay.
Just take Highway 2 to 29, and then I get off at Rockport.
Okay.
Go that way.
I know I've seen that. I've seen that sign somewhere.
Northwest
driving down there.
Missouri State is the
Okay.
college there.
Okay.
Division II college. And then I went to college at Rockhurst University.
Okay.
In Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay.
And in high school, I played soccer, basketball, and baseball. Then I played a little soccer in college at Rockhurst.
Okay.
What else?
Any moments?
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Like, were you
it'd
the
probably
all-time goal scorer in Rockhurst history? Or
You don't
like,
know anything about
no.
soccer
No, I
statistics.
really don't.
So I
Goal scorer.
I
know.
played goalie.
Okay.
So I was stopping them.
Okay.
We had a tournament one time in Kansas City, and we were playing the bigger Kansas City schools, and went to PK shootouts, and I stuffed them for the win. So that's probably my Al
Listen,
Bundy moment.
Yeah, I wonder if that's where you got your dodgeball skills, because playing goalie, you have to.
That's true.
I mean,
You got to react. Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
like where's that ball going? Like, oh man,
No fear. You got to shut that part of your brain off.
Yep, you get hit in the
Yeah.
head. That the ball doesn't matter.
Mm.
Yeah, I've been kicked
Unless
in
you're
the head.
blindsided.
By all means necessary, right?
That's right. You stop that ball.
So those
Mhm.
dodgeballs were nothing.
Right.
Just like this is like being in college, just right in your element.
Just like yesterday.
Yeah.
So what brought you to Lincoln? Like when you growing up, were you a Nebraska fan, or were you
no,
like a Missouri
Probably not.
Tiger fan?
I was a Missouri fan.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so I met my now wife at Rockhurst in Kansas City, freshman year of college. And then I always like to joke that she brainwashed me to become a Husker fan
And this would have been what year?
It's
was
almost
this?
required.
in 2008. I remember, or that would have been
2008.
like 8 to 9.
Well, 2008, if my memory serves me correct, I think Missouri came here and just beat the daylights out of us. Like Jeremy Macklin, Chase Daniel, I'm pretty sure that
Definitely happened.
like 52 to, I mean, it was bad.
Yeah.
I think that was 2018.
I'm pretty sure that was the year Chase Daniel accused a player of spitting in his face.
Oh, well, he probably deserved it.
Yes, he did.
I remember my first Husker game going, like the pregame atmosphere was awesome. It was a lot of fun. And my wife, she said, all right, it's really cool when we score. They do this like little dance and they wave their hands, and then they never scored.
Oh my God. Well, they had to have
a couple
scored.
field goals.
So that would have been okay. What game was that? Who did we play?
I am pretty sure it was Texas Tech.
Was that the
Exactly.
Oh, there's no S in Maryville.
I was gonna say.
Sorry
I was
about
gonna.
that.
So a lot of people think Marysville,
That's
Kansas.
what I thought.
Right.
Okay,
And
maybe
so
that's what I thought. I saw Marysville.
Maryville, Missouri. It's up in the very northwest corner. Of
Yep, you
Missouri.
said Marysville is in Kansas, just south of Beatrice. So
Well, that's not
I
confusing.
appreciate you texting to correct me. It's fine.
Yep.
It's good.
That's good. Fact
Maryville.
check.
It's like we
Gotta do
say
it.
when I always say, "Oh, are you going to Aldi's?"
No, no S.
There's no S.
Just add that on there.
It's Aldi.
Aldi.
And then my
You're
daughter.
not going to Hy-Vees.
My daughter works at Bryan Hospital, and every now and then she's on a position where it's called phone, but I say phones. So this must be in me,
It
right?
is. You're very contrary.
So
right. We got to go to break.
All right, Nicole, that she keeps us on. I mean, like I said, guys, this isn't early break where it's just willy-nilly whenever they decide to take a break.
We got to go to break.
We got to be on schedule. So we'll be right back with these guys. So stay with us. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Alcohol has strained our relationship. Drinking too much can cause harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, we will save our relationship. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Your child was embarrassed when you arrived at their basketball game. 75% of parents or guardians report current alcohol use. Drinking alcohol can cause harm to children and loved ones. By drinking less, your child will be excited to see you at their basketball game. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. Before we get to our next segment about NFL, we do have some breaking news. Nicole, John, he holds the state record for saves in a soccer game, but he can't figure out how to put headphones on. That's okay.
It gets everyone at least one time.
Sorry.
So
Yeah.
during the break,
I did a little Googling.
yeah, during the break, if you listen to early break, the coach of Indiana, when they asked if he was going to be any good, he said, "Google me.
Mhm.
All I do is win."
Great
right?
answer.
So during the break, John said,
If you Google,
I think I hold the record for saves. If you just want to Google
does.
that, Google me.
Yep.
So we had a Google me moment. So what'd you find?
For the state of Missouri, school state record for soccer, 33 saves is the record.
Oh, that's a state record.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just a local school. That's
It
okay.
says school state
Google.
records.
Record.
Yeah.
Google me is
It
right.
says school state record, so I'm assuming, right?
That's 33 saves in one game.
Yep.
Okay.
We also found his Max Prep's baseball bio.
He's a big baseball prospect.
Also, yep. His national rank
check
was
this.
10,634th. Which
I decided to go to
but still.
college.
But still, state rank 272. That's pretty good. We need to start Googling our guests
What
more
round
often.
did you get drafted?
Yeah.
No draft.
We got to do this more often. Get some actual stats.
I guess
Who knew? I guess nowadays in the 2000s, that was the thing. I don't think they had those stats back in the 90s when.
Yeah, you don't get a max prep profile.
No.
Jeff, your one JV interception will forever be off the books.
No.
I wish I still had the recap. I did go to the Nebraska football camp in 1995, and I got a recap from George Darlington, who wrote out what I needed to work on and everything. I mean, it was full. And Ron Brown also. Both of them wrote on there. I have no idea where that is.
Reminds me of Lawrence Phillips. Was that one of the
No. I think it was work on speed, work on athletic ability, work on coverage skills, work on
needs
gain
work.
weight, can't play at 135 pounds as a receiver. Like, yeah, that's
Little list.
But anyway, all right. So a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where we find out our guy's favorite NFL team. We already know Brent's not a big NFL guy, but I know John is. So John, favorite NFL team and how you became a fan of that team. We got about 2 minutes.
How about those Chiefs?
Well, we figured that being
So-
going in Maryville.
Yeah, growing
Missouri.
up.
We'll allow it.
I was an hour and a half north of Kansas City. Always a Chiefs fan. And throughout the years, Rich Gannon, Marcus Allen, then we got Elvis Gerback.
Oh, big names there. Gerback, Gannon.
Quite the list. Tony G. So always have liked the Chiefs.
Priest
And now,
Holmes.
yeah, Priest, Larry Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Now that they're good, I feel like the time that I put in my childhood is returning to me.
That's Harrison's
Paying me
hope.
back.
That's what Harris and I are hoping with the Bears. Like, I started liking the Bears when they won the Super Bowl in 1985. Now, it was 39 years ago. I thought, man, as a 7-year-old, like, well, this is going to be great.
Can't get any better.
And I like the Bears when they lost the
What
Super
could go
Bowl.
wrong?
06.
And here we go.
Yeah.
Yep. They've won 4 playoff games in 30
Next
years.
year's their year.
Yeah, so it was fun. Last preseason, we took my son to his first game with
That's
his
cool.
cousins, and we had a blast there.
So do you think they can do 3?
Yeah.
You really do? You
Yeah.
really think that?
I mean, have you met anyone more determined and willing or able to like take a game over than Patty Mahomes?
I don't know.
I think as long as
Well,
he's on our team, we got a chance.
I mean, Caleb Williams is close.
TBD.
It's like 1A, 1B. Very
1A, 1B. 1A, 1B. In fact, I did see, I don't know if you, I mean, I'm sure you're a Nick Wright person because he's a huge Chiefs and Mahomes guy. Harrison, Nick Wright Super Bowl prediction. Chiefs, Bears.
Our son did say, because the Ravens and Chiefs play Thursday, our son's a Ravens fan. He said that he thinks that the Ravens will win because the Chiefs only win when they have to.
They win when it matters.
Yeah, they win when it matters, where the Ravens lose when it matters. So he
yeah.
thinks that the
He's already
Ravens are going to
conceded.
win.
Yeah.
But later in the season when it matters,
Yeah.
that's when Mahomes steps
Yeah.
up. So
Yeah, last year had to keep the faith early on. You know, they opened up the season losing to the Lions, and I'm sure everyone knows about the drops.
Oh yeah,
I think the Bills got you too last year, right?
Yeah,
and they got the host of the playoffs. Didn't matter though.
Right,
Mahomes.
sometimes that's just more fuel for the fire, right?
I mean, Harrison, don't you just feel bad for him? I mean, they lost their opener. They just, oh gosh,
uphill climb,
uphill battle. I will say though, like my best friend's a Chiefs fan, so I've been with him through everything, all the playoff losses. I mean, I have been through him. I was in his living room when the Colts beat them, and
I was watching that at Brent's house.
Their kicker. Well, this would have been the first time, maybe when you were just little tights.
Oh, okay.
When Jim Harbaugh was the quarterback of the Colts, and the Chiefs kicker missed like 3 field goals that day, and so I've been with him for all that. So, and now he's just obnoxious, but you know, I'm still happy for him. Like he tells me, I texted him something, and he was like, I don't wake up till January. Like, don't even talk to me about football till January. Like, just obnoxious. Or he'll call me and say, it's so important. Like, he'll text me, I really need to talk to you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what, his kids or somebody sick? I mean, so I call him and he's just like, I woke up in the middle of the night with just with this sweats. Cause what if we don't three-peat? Like, if we don't win it this year, but next year it just won't be the same. It's just that's what I deal with. Yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, we're going to take a break. We're actually going to get into some health and fitness stuff here with these guys because they've been members at Farrell's at Meadow Lane for about a year now, a little over a year. Brent has dived into instructing strength training. So we're going to find out how these guys met, why they started at Farrell's, what keeps them coming. So we'll hang with us on the other side. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh yeah, this is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
This is Bree Fansteel, local race car driver. Join me and James Rowland every Sunday at 7 p.m. for The Finish Line, where we discuss off-road, on-road, and sometimes next-to-the-road racing on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
It's the Make It Ford Summer Sales Event. Lease a 2024 Ford F-150 for $399 per month.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1003769, $399 per month lease for 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, $56.50 to assign and no security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 9/3/24. See dealer for details.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Be a memory for your grandchildren. Among Nebraska adults age 65 or older, 47% report current alcohol use. Drinking too much can cause harm to children, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, you will still be around for your grandchildren. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe, and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids. First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse. Beep, beep, beep. Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All right. Welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. Want to give a shout out to our sponsor here of hour number 2. Hour 2 is sponsored by Modern Woodmen of America. Founded in 1883, Modern Woodmen offers financial services, member benefits to individuals and families throughout the U.S. For more information, please give Sean Erickson a call at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation today. Modern Woodmen of America, touching lives, securing futures. So big shout out to Sean. We appreciate him so much and his sponsorship of our show. Sean's an instructor out at Yankee Ridge. So big shout out to them. We appreciate their support of the Fitness Fanatics. All right, on to, if you missed any part of the show, you can check us out on our podcast page. It's on theticketfm.com. You can go onto Ticket Weekends. We're under their Fitness Fanatics. We're also on all your favorite podcasting platforms. One other quick thing, our next 10-week challenge starts in 2 weeks on September 14th. This will be our 15th year of changing lives in Lincoln with FXB. So if you're interested, you can go to fxblincoln.com, get some more information. We're offering a 50% discount for anybody that wants to join this next challenge. So you're looking at about $225 for 10 weeks, which is an awesome deal. You can go to the Ticket FM's website also. So when you're going to check out our podcast, there'll be a banner at the top that you can click on to enroll. So if you're looking to get in shape, lose a few pounds, just want to feel better about yourself, we would definitely love to help you with that.
Or if you have any questions about the program, because we have two
That's right.
members here too, so they can talk about their experience.
Yep. So we're going to get into that right now. So quick story. I want to know how you guys met, first of all, because I know you guys are really good friends. So you see, you had a funny story of the first time you guys met.
Yeah, I believe the year was 2009.
Okay.
The day was Missouri, Nebraska, and Roy Halou ran for 300 yards.
That's good.
That day. And then later that night, to celebrate the victory, John and I ran a beer pong table for the entire evening, and then the rest is history.
That's literally how you met,
That's
like at the
literally how
beer
we
pong
met.
table.
Well, our wives are friends. Our wives went to high school together.
Oh, that's
down
a whole
down
okay,
in
that-
Beatrice.
Yeah, we missed that part.
Yeah, okay, that
So
makes more sense.
backstory: our wives connected us, but
Okay.
but yeah,
That locked it in.
Locked it in.
Was the cement
And
cemented
and
it?
then that started the winning tradition.
Mhm.
Then back-to-back fit challenge champions now. So I mean,
Mhm.
B2B.
it's kind of like a Mahomes Kelsey connection here.
Mhm.
So
Sure. Which one's which then?
John can pick since he's
Well, Brent played QB.
That's true.
And people tell me I look like Kelsey.
All right,
You have
John.
the beard. You have. I mean, I don't think Mahomes could grow the beard, so that John has.
I'd pick Taylor over Brittany Mahomes if I had.
Swifty.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Oh, all right.
Well,
So-
and also John wanted to give a shout out too, real quick.
Shout
Go
out.
ahead.
Shout out to my kids, my nieces and nephews. They're all at the lake.
Listening.
All 8 of them tuned in. So thanks for the support.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah,
Yep,
appreciate you
shout
guys.
out.
All right. So I know you guys joined kind of at the same time. So how'd you guys hear about Farrell's? Why did you decide to start? So who was kind of the ringleader to this? Who started? Who decided that you wanted to do it
Hey,
and that
let's
type of
do
thing?
this.
I think I was the ringleader.
Yeah.
We mentioned Jake Sorensen. We're in the Ticket Golf League on Monday nights out at Woodland Hills. So you guys were running a special. I know. It wasn't 50% off. But it was a special, and we kind of talked to Jake about it. Jake's golf partner won the 10-week challenge.
AJ.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So AJ was pumping it up, and John and I, we've worked out together. We've tried different things, and we were just kind of like, you know what, like, let's go. There's a discount, let's do the 10-week challenge. I mean, never done kickboxing or anything like that before, but yeah, and we, mapped it out. We even were like had the Google map of how long it would take us to get to the gym, so we
Mhm.
could get there, 10 seconds before it started, so
Yeah, I was probably, initially hesitant because I had traditionally always just lifted weights, and then any sort of cardio was more stair step or elliptical. And I'd never done kickboxing, so
Mhm.
I wasn't sure
or
about
group fitness, right? You're just kind of an on your own type thing.
Yeah.
Type person.
Precisely. So, but more I thought about it, and Brent and I talked, and I liked just all the stories I'd heard, and then just having kind of that. I mean, the accountability partner is pretty huge. So,
And being able to
definitely.
see your buddy every day, that's always
Yeah.
fun too. Whenever we have people, I joined with 2 friends my very first time. That was nice to be able to see them every day.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bonus. It kind of gets you going a little bit. We would call each other, make sure the other one was up in the morning before we
Yep.
headed out. So that helped a lot, and it was fun to do it
I
together.
make John give me a wake up call every once in a while.
Yeah, we kind of flip flop sometimes. Like,
That
hey,
works.
if I haven't heard from you, give me a call.
So how did the 10 weeks go for you guys? Like, I mean, were you surprised? I mean, kind of explain to us how that went.
So for me, just the change in the consistency of 6 days a week, going to the gym, and then tracking the food. That was the kind of biggest eye opener of just putting down on paper, on the app, on the phone, what I was eating and what I needed to eat, and just seeing like, oh, I'm not getting enough of this, and I'm getting too much of this.
Mm-hmm.
And that was very helpful because, on my own, I don't know how much I would have committed to doing that. Like, I would prep the days ahead. like, okay, this is what I'm going to eat for Tuesday and Wednesday, kind of have everything, breakfast, snacks, lunch. And that was, a lifestyle change, really.
And now, were you a vegetarian going into starting the 10 weeks?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember
So
that.
I had some stomach issues that I tried to treat or, address with cutting out meat and fish and just going straight vegetarian. And wasn't getting enough protein.
Yeah,
And
it's
Very
it was
tough.
hard.
it was
Yeah.
just hard. So I was seeing it was kind of carb heavy in
Mhm.
in the diet.
Mm-hmm.
And so as we did the MyFitnessPal and kind of started to lay things out, I opened up a little bit of fish into my diet and then slowly branched out into the chicken and turkey, and
So
now I'm eating meat.
no stomach issues, like because that's why you started or what's why you became a vegetarian. But now you introduced those things back. You didn't have any issues that you were having before.
Right. I mean, yeah, like I remember one time, and this is the one and done. I got a fast food burger one time, and had an issue then.
Like during
But,
the challenge.
no, no, no.
Oh, okay,
This
okay.
this was after.
Like
but
you flew a little too close to the sun. You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
fish and chicken, great. Maybe I can have this big greasy
It's
burger.
like,
And then your body's
butter
like, no,
burger.
sir.
So that was
No.
that was a challenge, but that's probably an indication that that isn't the best for the
Yeah.
body.
But that's what's important about like the 10-week challenge too, because if you're open to that, then you really are more dialed into what it really could be that's causing those issues. Like it didn't your body told you right away. There
Right.
wasn't a question of what it was.
Exactly.
What could it have been that's making me feel this way? But I think sometimes, we just have our foods that we eat all the time. And so sometimes if you don't experiment with that stuff, then you don't really know what can cause it. So elimination diet is really helpful in situations
Yeah.
like that, but it's great if you can then also start to reintroduce stuff. You would have never known that you weren't getting enough protein
Right.
until you
Right.
started logging your food.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how most people are when because you'd be like, well, I eat healthy and I had a salad for lunch, but there's like literally no protein in
Right.
the salad.
Well,
Yeah.
during the 10-week challenge, my diet, I was like, I struggled to get enough protein. Like I had
And
to.
it's not like we're promoting a high protein
No,
diet.
not at all.
It's like
No.
a very moderate protein
No.
diet. 40% of your calories from carbs, 30% from protein. So it's not like we're like telling people to go carnivore. It's a very reasonable amount, but I will also say most people are not accidentally getting 30% of their calories from
No.
protein. Like it doesn't happen on accident.
No.
It takes planning. It really does.
We can accidentally get 70% of our calories from carbs.
Yes, or
Right.
fat.
Or
Right.
fat just by accident.
Very quickly.
Yes.
Not even trying. But yeah,
Yeah.
proteins is you really have to think about that.
And that's where a lot of that where I tell people, jokingly, you're not special. That's where a lot of that comes from, where it's just like everyone will always say the nutrition was the hardest part. And I always think in my head, that does not make you special. That makes you normal. That is so normal. Everybody struggles with that. It's
Mhm.
hard to get enough protein in your diet without being aware of like eating protein every time you eat a meal.
So, what was the 10 weeks like for you? I mean, any struggles or
You know, kickboxing, not having to do it, getting the form down. Like I was surprised how quickly like you figure it out. Like that. I think that's a hesitation for people, and you just don't grow up as like a high school athlete or like doing that type of cardio and stuff like that. And I mean,
You're kind of starting from square
right,
one,
right.
but you're saying the learning curve, you
Right.
you pick it up pretty
Right,
quick.
right. And I think that wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. Strength training was something that I just completely like stopped doing, because I mean, lifting weights is and things like that's not an easy thing. I was strictly cardio for a long time. So the soreness and going the next every day was a challenge. And then I quickly realized, drink enough water, hit your protein, and you're good, so I mean those were my challenges, with the diet combined with the strength training. I mean, like after Tuesday leg day, it was like I felt like I could barely walk on Wednesday, you know. And then, you know, week 4 or 5, like I figured it out, and you and naturally you're getting stronger and you're not going to be as sore. But it's amazing then just everyday life how you have more energy and you're just stronger in general just to do random things, so yeah.
Well, and I think too, what's important to note is that you didn't get stronger and you didn't get less sore because of ferals. You saw those gains because of the consistency.
Right.
And I think that's something that's missing a lot of times for people when they try to do it on their own, or even when they sign up for ferals, but they don't go all in, they miss classes, and you never build that momentum and that consistency. So I think it's actually harder when I talk to our members who have kind of been gone for a while and they come back. We have one member, Jay, who missed like 3 weeks in a row of leg day, and he came last week.
Well,
And
I don't know if it was by chance.
some of it was by chance. He had things going on.
Oh, okay.
And because he didn't even realize it had been that long. And then he comes in and he was complaining all week about how sore he was. And we were talking about how it's actually harder to come inconsistently
Yes.
than it is to come consistently. If you're working out consistently, then your body is adapting as you're going. If you're very sporadic, you're constantly starting back from square one, which is very hard for our bodies
that's
to adapt to.
Really, for anything you're doing.
Anything. Yes.
And that's I think that's why a lot of our members and a lot of people out there listening maybe struggle with trying to get consistent because we've been so inconsistent for so long. It's like, yeah, you go work out for a couple days and then you're so sore. So then you just don't go the next day.
Right.
Yes.
And then you're still sore. And then you just don't go the next day. So it's like you're on for 2 days, then you're off for 3, then you're on for 1, then you're off and on. And then it's like at the end of the month, you really only worked out maybe 10 days out of the month. And you're like, well, I didn't lose any weight that month. I'm working out. Like in our heads, we're working out. But I always, it's all about creating momentum. Like, so my analogy that I use is like, if you have a snowball and it's going down the hill, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're building that momentum. But if you hit a rock, it's gone. Then you have to start again.
Yeah.
Rock, start again.
That's just hard.
And that's, sometimes, well, not sometimes, a lot of times I fall into that inconsistency. Obviously not at the gym, because that's our job to be there. So it's nutrition for me.
Like you had ice cream 2 times yesterday.
My free day, right?
Yeah.
And the Huskers
win.
Oh, you got to celebrate.
I mean, I went and ran and got Chipotle last night because I told my wife, I'm like, well, let's celebrate the win.
Right.
Absolutely.
Either way, when I bought the ice cream that we had at home, it was either celebratory or it was going to be like to drown your sorrows.
Either way, right?
Either way. It's
It will
here
be
if
aged.
you need it, Jeff. It's here if you need it. So.
And it was celebratory. I even stopped and I got a cookie on my way back to the car so I could have my warm cookie under my ice cream.
Yeah.
Now you're getting a little crazy.
I know.
That was
But
a little
that's the thing with and I know the way if I start to feel just bleh, I know why.
Yeah.
Like I work out every single day because it's my job. But if you don't eat how you're supposed to, you're not really going to see any results.
The quality of your workouts will suffer 100%.
Yeah.
You're not working out as hard. You're not recovering as easily, like you had said.
Right.
You notice that when you are getting your protein and you're drinking enough water, that recovery is easier.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's
and
like it's all connected.
And think back to football, because I mean, I was a big football star. Went through practices, and I remember,
Elite
like,
athlete.
think about how sore you were.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember, like, I mean, I was like a tackling dummy, so I was so sore. Like and that's when we had 2-a-days. I don't know if there were 2-a-day practices. Okay, so yeah, you practice and you go home, and you're just like, I mean, you just can't even get off the couch. You're just like, but you have to get up and go in. And then by the time when you're in that second practice or the next day, you don't feel that soreness because you're working it out. So it's like when your legs, like from lowers, are so sore, the best thing for you to do is to come the next day
The kickboxing.
and kick that bag to get that soreness out. or else it's just going to be worse. Or like if our legs are really sore, we'll go for a walk, just to
Movement.
kind of loosen up the muscles. But yeah, I mean, I remember just,
Yeah.
I mean, you get every muscle fiber. Just I'm like, oh, got to put these pads on. They're still wet. Just, I mean,
Gross.
yeah,
That
all
sounds
that
gross.
stuff. So it's just when you were talking about that, that's kind of what it reminded me of.
Right.
So you kind of had that in your background of like, yeah, I know I've been sore before and I'm going to go to practice or I'm going to work out. So you've been there where a lot of people that start with us, and maybe you're listening, you haven't worked out for a long time. That's a lot of people that start with us are like that. They're looking for some guidance, some accountability. Like it's funny because I've been teaching strength training for 16 years. If I went into, let's just say, a Planet Fitness and I had to do an upper body workout, I probably would have no clue what to do.
You would know what to do. It
I
would
wouldn't
just
want to do it.
Yeah, it
I'd
would
have no
just
motivation.
it would take a level of discipline
like-
that you don't have just
I'd be
because
like, a couple, like I could go to the machines and be like, okay, for my teaching at
you know
Farrell's,
what
I know,
muscle groups
yeah,
are working.
could do the bicep curls,
Yeah.
but just by myself, I can't do it.
Well, before the 10-week
just-
challenge, like John's a physical
Yeah.
therapist, and like I made him like write us a workout,
Mhm.
and like we went to Planet
go and-
Fitness,
Yeah.
and we would go and do it, but it was just like no accountability, like just like
I mean, sometimes it'd be like, I'm pretty sore. Should
John.
we skip deadlift?
Yeah.
I'm
Like-
I'm just doing the elliptical today, and like just
All
not
right, I'll be over
just
here.
not even make eye contact with John. I'm like it's 6 a.m. and I'm doing 30 minutes elliptical and then I'm out.
Or you're even lifting together, but then you're talking most of the time.
Right,
You're not really
right.
like
True.
putting that
Recapping the game.
Staying
Yeah.
tight with those
Yeah.
sets.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what was it about Farrell's that you guys decided to like commit long term?
Well, that topic of when we would work out together, the workout that I get in a 30-minute or 45-minute class would take John and I 2+ hours. Like,
Yeah.
and
Right.
a little bit our own fault,
Yeah,
but
Sure.
but like, you're in the class, it keeps you going, and keeps you kind of on schedule and you knock it out. I burn like 400 calories, most classes, and I remember when we were going to Planet Fitness, I was like, I tried to get over like 300, and and we did it for an hour and a half or whatever, like that. So that and accountability, just the fact that you have your fit challenges and things like that that just keep you motivated. And I mean, there's a lot of times you just wake up and you're just like, I'm not feeling it, but I can't let my team down, or John's going, or so and so, whoever in our class is like always ask, where were you, type of
Mhm.
thing.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's why.
That's something you don't get at a lot of places. Is like if you don't go, somebody's gonna say something.
Right.
Gary's texting you. I
Right,
mean, somebody's
right.
like, hey, where are you guys at? John does a lot of virtual workouts. So we don't see him a whole lot at the gym. I mean, you're
So does
probably
Brent.
half and half, right? You do
Yeah.
half at home, half in the gym.
Yeah, we kind of go through some stages of traveling on the weekends and
yeah.
such. And
So that's what I find not interesting, but kind of different is the and accountability once you're out of your 10-week challenge isn't as high as when you're in the 10-week challenge.
Well, it is if you make those
If-
connections.
yes,
with
if you
people.
yes, if you would come in and you never talk to anybody, you just do your workouts and go home. Yeah, you don't have that personal connection. Like, so you want to surround yourself with like-minded individuals that are going to help hold you accountable.
I travel a lot for work,
Mhm.
at least once a month, usually more. But an easy workout in a hotel, like in a hotel room for me is like gold.
Yeah.
And different hotels have suspect fitness rooms and stuff like that. To be able to just bring my bands with me and
Right.
and knock it out. The cardio is not as good without a bag. I've told Nicole many times, like I put in my corporate travel thing, like find a hotel with a kickboxing bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
it usually doesn't hit, but it has a couple times. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's another huge reason for me. I mean, I've told you guys the virtual studio is awesome. Like, and the fact, if you do have those mornings too where you're just like, I'm not feeling it, you can always hit the virtual too, later in the day. And
I want to talk about that more in the next segment
Okay.
too, since we're about ready to go.
Yeah,
break.
let's go to break, and then when we come back, we'll continue on that. So stay with us on 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and my schedule can get a little hectic. From softball practices to going to class, traveling for games, spending time with family, and catching up with friends, I am always on the go. I want a bank that can help me from anywhere, but also be there when I need them. That's Midwest Bank. They have the same mobile banking technology as those big banks, but have that hometown feel that I like every time I walk through the doors. They make banking easy no matter where I am. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Are you tired of the same old entertainment options? How about something that's truly fun for both kids and adults? Nebraska Knockerball, the new place to go for your private and corporate parties. Step inside one of their inflatable spears and let out stress in a healthy form of exercise. Or try the human foosball, foot darts, yard pong, giant beer pong, basketball Connect 4, and much more. Nebraska Knockerball, specializing in physical, engaging fun. Call Nebraska Knockerball today at 402-460-8724 to learn more or book a reservation now.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Over 75% of the patients that come to Limitless Male have been told over and over again by their primary care providers that their testosterone level is fine. Guess what? If you have all the symptoms of low testosterone, you're not fine. Come get a second opinion at Limitless Male. We have helped tens of thousands of men feel optimal again, and we can help you. Stop waiting. Come see the men's health experts. Book your free consult online at limitlessmale.com.
Riddles Jewelry is excited to be celebrating 65 years. 65 years of so many incredible memories celebrating with each of your special moments. In celebration of the 65th Riddles Jewelry anniversary, we will be offering up to 40% off all engagement rings and all diamond fashion jewelry. The excitement doesn't stop there. Riddles Jewelry is also offering 18 months, 0% interest and $0 down financing on all qualifying purchases. Riddles Jewelry has always been known for incredible customer service, one of the largest selections of engagement rings, and don't forget about the on-site jeweler. Come celebrate with us at Riddles Jewelry, your one-stop diamond shop with exclusive Levian jewelry, Pandora Charm jewelry, and more. All at Riddles inside Gateway Mall.
Veterans, do you know what local, state, and federal benefits and services you're eligible to receive? Do you want help navigating the application or appeals process? Speak to your county veteran service officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. You've served our country, now let us serve you. Visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. We're joined here in studio by two of our Fit members and one instructor. Brent is a strength training instructor and soon to be kickboxing instructor. Here, as soon as he works on his rhythm a little more, we'll get him up here. No, I'm just kidding.
That's
Listen to
not
sports
wrong.
talk radio. And not,
There's not a big 155 beats per minute to the cadence of the talking.
Yeah.
Work on that. We'll
You
work
get that
on that.
metronome.
We'll work on that. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about the virtual program because you guys both take advantage of that a lot. And Brent, you had mentioned you travel. And so with our virtual program, so we do like a virtual check-in every day on our closed Facebook group, and we encourage people to comment on that as they complete the workout. It's just an accountability thing of like, so our other virtual members know they're not the only ones doing it. And so during break, I just like went into our Facebook page and I Googled your name. And what I like about when you do virtual, a lot of times you'll comment where you were because you travel a lot for work. So just during break, I just Googled a couple ones, and you've completed workouts in Chicago, Illinois, Geneva, Wisconsin, Golden, Colorado, Elk River, Minnesota, Atlanta, Georgia, Lake City, Florida, Bettendorf, Iowa, Moline, Illinois. You go to La Vista a lot for in Nebraska. And I know you know all the other places, but like you get it done no matter where you are.
right. Yeah.
Which is cool. I like to see that.
Yeah, no, it's a huge reason why I stayed a Fit member. I don't know if I even knew that during my 10 weeks, because I was trying to really carve it out so I wouldn't miss, obviously. But then, yeah, once I figured that out, I was like, oh, well, this is awesome. I mean, I was a big P90X guy. I think I've done P90X maybe 3 times, maybe 2.5. And it was kind of like whenever I was feeling a little loose in the cage, I was like, let's knock out a P90X, type of thing. So it's very similar to that, except it just keeps you going on your program.
Yeah. And that's what I like to tell people too. And John, because you do virtual a lot too. That's what I like to encourage people to do the virtual workouts, even though they're not always the same. The format of the workout is exactly the same. We record our virtual workouts in class. So they are in class workouts. But like you had said, Brent, if you don't have a bag, then you're doing shadow boxing instead of punching and kicking the bag. But the reason why that virtual program is so important, and John, you do a lot of the strength training workouts virtually, like you did yesterday's workout virtually, right?
Yep,
You commented on that. But that just helps build that consistency and that confidence in yourself. So that when you are able to come back into the gym, you're not starting over. So like, yeah, you might not feel like you got the same workout, but you're also not waking up that first Monday that you're back in town thinking, I know I should go to class, but I also know I'm going to be sore for the next 3 days because I haven't worked out in a week and a half. And so I think that part's really important. Is that something that you guys have noticed too?
Yeah, definitely. I think, life happens and kids are sick or overslept, and being able to have that virtual at the disposal of convenience is critical. So that way, like you said, it doesn't take long to lose what you've gained. So while we may not get the same intensity that you get in the gym, you're still keeping things up and making sure you're ready for the next time you get back in the gym.
Yeah.
Right. And I was just talking to a coworker that's in our HR department on Friday, and she's got a Mexico trip coming up that will interfere with the 10 weeks, and she, well, I can't do the 10 weeks because I won't be able to be there. And then I'm like, well, they have virtual, so technically, yes, you could, and it's you don't
And
go on
it's
vacation to work out, but
right.
if it's going to interfere with you starting a 10-week program, that's not an excuse of why not to do it.
And it's also okay to take a week off sometimes. Like, I don't want people to think that we're like
Right.
drill sergeants about it. Like, if you are going, we've had people go on vacation that maybe you're camping somewhere and you don't have access to internet or you don't have, like, it's okay. But if, like you said, if that's what you're telling yourself why you can't do that,
Right.
then have a plan. Maybe you're not going to do the virtual workout every single day while you're on vacation, but maybe you can still do the strength training workouts. So then you're still staying in, because in our 10-week platform, so we have different workouts for our 10 weekers than we do for our fit members. Because our 10-week platform, it follows the exact same schedule that we're doing in class. So you're going to get everything that builds on the week before if you do those virtual workouts. So I would say prioritizing strength training on those days when you're on vacation is going to be the biggest priority. A lot of times on vacation, you're moving a lot, you're walking, you're already getting kind of some cardio in, but that strength training is something that, that can be tough if you miss a whole week.
We did have a text message from Sebastian. Just I wanted to know our thoughts on the new Vaza Fitness here in Lincoln. And it's kind of like the other bigger gyms here.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just I don't want to say it's a big box gym. I don't have any feelings about it. I've always said that other gyms are not our competition. Our competition is the drive-through. Our competition is the couch, So if we can get more people out and active, we're all going to do better in the space of fitness versus, I'd be more worried about, some type of massive food court opening that had lots of that'd be a little more concerning for me. Yes. So I'd be a little more worried about that than I would be worried about another gym. There's nothing wrong there. We have a lot of great gyms here in Lincoln, and I think the more that you are active and you can find your place.
Yeah, it's about finding what works for you.
Yeah, if you don't we have people that have done ferals and they don't like kickboxing, which is crazy to us, right? Like that's nuts. We love kickboxing. That's fine. That doesn't mean you just go home and be like, well, I tried exercise and I didn't like it. Like there's other things you could do that you might like more.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think just, stepping in the door and then it'll sell itself.
Yeah. See how you feel.
In terms of the environment of barrels compared to other gyms.
Yeah. Most gyms have, free trials. You can go and test things out and stuff like that. But I mean, just from what I know, it's that is just like a Good Life or Genesis or Planet Fitness or any of those other gyms. It's the we'll have classes and a pool and stuff like that. So
don't have anything. I would never have anything bad to say.
Yeah.
But I did want to talk to John. We had talked about how you are in physical therapy, a physical therapist. What do you think about like the Farrell's programming and how that kind of goes together?
Yeah. With my knowledge as a physical therapist, it's kind of fun during each workout to really tweak the form and know all right, where we're going, probably what's next. And I think just the structure of the workouts all together, like kickboxing as well as strength training, are really good. We always hit those rotators, which is very important, especially when we're doing a lot of punches and hooks and things.
Jeff tends to
skip the rotators
to poo-poo the back.
Yeah, he doesn't love to do back exercises.
Well,
I love them.
Well,
rotator is one of my favorite exercises.
My back's all crooked.
That's more of a reason why you should be doing it. That's more of a reason you need a strong back because you have scoliosis.
Yes,
I know.
It'll keep that spine supported. So
that's right.
And then also just the flexibility to modify. Pretty much every lift and move is there. And so the fun thing or the beneficial thing is meeting you at the level you're at and finding that level. And then either whether you have a prior, blown Achilles or broken ankle,
right?
Get to modify and strengthen in the correct form so as not to aggravate Whereas, like some personal training sessions, we'll just push through, and then
Right.
you got shoulder impingement.
Mhm.
So, also just the functional movement, like the speed skaters, your burpees, um, the things off the bag, that is just so beneficial from a standpoint of being able to put your body in a position to handle like hauling that couch or bending down and picking your kids up.
Yeah.
I just
Mhm.
think like those things for me over the past year uh, have gotten easier, and just being able to like get down in that because my kids are 5 and 2, almost 2.
Mhm.
So having to get down and up and down a lot,
Mhm.
you got to be you got to be good.
Well, and that's another thing I wanted to ask both of your opinions because I think sometimes people question if you're looking at into ferals, I think they question how we have new people coming in every 10 weeks and how the workouts can be so adaptable to brand new people, but then also keep the interest of our fit members. And we call our maintenance members fit members. It stands for ferals infinite transformation. I don't want people to think that we're like, you have to be fit to be,
I know.
so
Yeah.
yeah, that's just an acronym. That's what we call our maintenance members. So you guys are fit members. You've done your 10 weeks. So from that perspective, so now you've gone through almost like 4 brand new 10-week sessions. I love that. And from like a lifting perspective, it's kind of like each week that you start over in the first couple weeks is kind of like what you would call a deload week. If you were doing lifting, you could take that and look at it and be like, okay, maybe I should dial back a little bit on my resistance, work my way back up throughout the 10 weeks, or you can just keep hitting it hard. So now that you guys have done that and you've seen that transition of the new people coming in, and we do a lot of similar workouts every single week, 1, 2, and 3 of the session. How's that transition been for you? Have you guys felt like you were kind of like left behind while we're teaching the new people how to do stuff, or like how have you kind of approached that?
Well, until I started instructing, there was a lot of times I didn't even know it was happening other than like
New people were on the
your
mat.
guys' show, and then the instructor's saying, "Hey,
Welcome.
welcome,
Yeah.
welcome," and I was just like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
Yeah.
Like
Well,
so,
that's
from a
yeah.
workout standpoint, it really is like, you know, you you choose your band, you choose how hard you're going, and things like that. So yes, you might go back to more of a basic format as the 10-week challenge starts, but I mean, you pick what you're going to do. You pick how much resistance you're going to do. You pick how hard you're kicking that bag. So it's very similar workouts, and you can definitely feel it build up towards the end of that session, and it's fun to see the new people
Mhm.
and where they started, and as they go. And then you guys, I don't know if you have statistics, but you definitely have a very high percentage of 10 weekers that stay on as
Mhm.
fit members, just because of how successful the 10-week challenge is.
Mhm. What about you, John?
Yeah. So I think the variety, you know, knowledge based, what I know, the variety is so good for the body. So it's good to kind of go back at the week 1, week 2, week 3. And also the thing about ferals is the volume of
Mhm.
repetitions, you know,
Mhm.
Yeah, we're
having,
not coming in. We don't have workouts where you're doing like a 3 rep max
Right.
of an exercise. That's definitely not what we
right.
do.
Because the
Which is
body,
there's nothing wrong with that. That's just not in our programming.
yeah, and the body gets very efficient the more you do something. So that's why the variety is so important. And Farrell's does a good job to uh, have each person be met at their baseline or their level and then grow. I was talking with you over break. We were laughing like when we first did the 10-week challenge
Mhm.
after the 5-minute warm up kickboxing. We were like, oh,
Yeah, like
there's the rest of the workout.
Yeah.
this is the
Yes.
this is
Yeah.
the
That was the
warm up.
warm up.
It's been 5 minutes.
Yeah. And now it's sort of like, all right, let's get into this.
Yeah.
That's a
Let's get ha-
conversation that Jeff and I have. We'll go to break, but that's a conversation Jeff and I have with our fit members a lot of times, especially if they've been coming for a while and it's maybe end of week 2. And we know how well the 10-weekers have progressed in that workout. So maybe end of week 2, Jeff especially might just go off the wall and teach some crazy intense class. And then afterwards, the fit members will be like, what was that? I thought this was week 2. And I always want to be like, it's not your week 2.
It's week 500
right.
for you. What do you mean?
Yeah. It's not your week 2. So we might be doing jab cross roundhouse where the new people in amount of 2 minutes may get that combo done, 15 times. Fit members, you might be getting that combo done 30 times because it's not your week 2. This is, so I think that's a big thing too. But we'll go ahead and go to break and then we'll talk football.
I do have a text.
Okay.
Can I get to that real quick?
Yeah, we should probably clarify before we go to break.
Do it right now? Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so another text from Jay. It says, what if you're a larger person and new to working out? Is kickboxing a good start? Gyms are intimidating, seem to be more focused on the supreme fit type people and more stressful in finding a gym. Cole, you want to answer that?
Yeah, I think that's where Farrell's is a little bit different because you're starting with new people also. So you're not the only one who doesn't understand the terminology. You're not the only one who hasn't exercised for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come to one of our busier class times, you will be surrounded by people who have been doing it for a long time and who are really fit, but you'll also be surrounded by brand new people too. And we are there to help you. So if you have any, like John had said, if you need to make modifications, we can help you with that. So we have some people that don't kick the bag right away because they may have hip or knee problems. And so we may encourage you to dial it back a little bit. But then we were talking off break too. The more you struggle at the beginning of our 10-week program, for me, that's encouraging because you have so much room for improvement that you're going to build so much confidence week to week to week when you're doing something at the end of week 3 that you just did not think was possible, 3 weeks before.
Right.
So I think that's part of what is so motivating about starting with our 10-week challenge.
With a group. Yes. You're not just by yourself.
Yeah.
Where it could be a little overwhelming. And
Mm-hmm.
and I like to tell when people come and try a class, like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. And I'm like, I've been doing this for 16 years. At the end of the class that we're about ready to take, even though this is your first class and I've been doing it 16 years, we should feel the exact same way when we're done. It's all just about getting to your level 10.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's level 10 is different. We're not expecting somebody brand new to have perfect form and knock the bag over and they're like Rocky out there.
No, please don't try to do that. That's how you get
There's
hurt.
some people that try to do that, but
yes.
So, all right. So we appreciate you reaching out again.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to fxblincoln.com. Yeah. More information is on our website there. All those inquiries go directly to me. So I'll be the one reaching out to you, but we're going to go to break. We'll get these guys recap on the game last night. I know that's the main reason they're even in here. So we'll be right back with these guys on 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about trading up. Not what you're thinking. You could never trade her in, but you can trade up her stone if you like. Signify the growth of your love, the challenges you have overcome, or any part of your love journey by trading up her diamond. Whether it's been 5 years, 25 years, or 50, say it with a bling. Big love, big bling. We got you. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
It's time for a home technology makeover. And with special Labor Day savings on top name electronics, you can take your home, backyard, or tailgate to an all-new level. Choose from top name TVs like Sony, LG, and Samsung, including Samsung's popular frame TV that blends seamlessly into your decor. Experience game day throughout your entire home with a new audio system from Sonos, now with special Labor Day bundle savings. Transform your game day this Labor Day with the experts at Schaefer's.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. We just have a few more minutes. We're going to talk a little Huskers. No need to rehash yesterday. It was a nice, easy win. 108 players took the field. Probably could have put up 60 on them. But you know what? Matt Rule's a class guy. He didn't want to run up the score. He wanted to build some experience and depth. So
we still covered the spread, too.
Still covered the spread.
We're good.
Yep. I kind of figured they kicked that field goal at the end because I'm like, oh, spread's like 23.5. So if they score, we won't cover. Kick the field goal, then you knew the cover was automatic. So, all right, well, let's get in next week. Biggest game here since probably 2021 Michigan. What do you guys think, Brent? Here comes Coach Prime, Shadur, Travis Hunter, and Warren Sapp.
I mean, it's a recipe for a major win, program stepping stone. I mean, it's going to be Memorial Stadium's going to be lit. It's going to be wild.
It's electric.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Prime, Warren Sapp. I mean, it's I watched the entire NDSU game on Thursday night. I mean, same old Colorado from last year, if you ask me. I mean, Shador's going to get his stats.
Yeah.
He's got some weapons. I mean, they're Travis Hunter. I mean,
Both sides of the ball.
Yeah,
He's solid.
Travis Hunter might be the first overall pick. I mean, that dude's awesome. But outside of that, I mean, NDSU did whatever they wanted,
Yeah,
you know,
they did.
offensively on them. And if you watch Dylan even make one pass attempt yesterday, I mean, he's going to carve those guys up, man.
Yeah, he was locked in. You could tell coming in the tunnel. He was ready. I know Coach Rule's going to have everyone tightened up. Won't be surprised. Preparation will be key.
Right. I mean, we had it was tied 7-7 there at, early second quarter, and Dowdell fumbled the ball. And, previous years it was like, look out, here we go again, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Palms up.
Yeah.
Hands up.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And what happened, 30 to 7 at half, right?
Mhm.
I mean, it was literally 7-7 with 11 minutes left in the second quarter.
Yep.
So, I mean, that tells you just kind of where we are compared
mental progress.
Yeah, compared to a Georgia Southern game of the past, right?
Mhm. Or Troy.
Or Troy.
Or Northern Illinois.
We're just whipping out.
Or
We can just keep going.
Or
Yeah.
McNeese State.
Yeah, shout out Amir. Saved
Right.
us.
Right.
You're talking about like program changing. I always give my Iowa fans all kinds of grief when they're like, "Oh, we beat Nebraska." I'm like, you beat a 4-8 team. Great
Right.
job.
Good job.
Colorado was 4-8 last year, so I mean, a win over them will be nice.
Right.
It's really for pride's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more personal.
It's good
than
for
it is-
propel.
Yeah.
It's a rivalry game.
My son
Yeah.
was like, "Do you think we'll storm the field next week?" I'm like, "No, we don't storm the field against a 4-8 team.
No.
We've been there before."
I was
hope.
defensively, I was watching, really two things yesterday. It was, big plays and our tackling. And we gave up a few big plays there on that 3-play scoring drive.
that
or
was
4-play
really it. Yeah.
scoring drive. But outside of that, I mean, everything was solid. So I don't think Colorado's receivers are going to run wide open like they did against NDSU against our secondary. I mean, we've got a platoon of guys that we can throw in almost anywhere, safety, nickel, corner, and I think we'll be able to lock those guys down. I think they're going to get some big plays. I think they're going to
they'll score
some points.
Yeah,
But
Travis Hunter is always going to be due for a big one. If we can get enough
Yeah.
pressure on Shador Sanders, I think that's going to be the game changer.
Exactly.
Right.
So remember last year in
Keep him running.
Colorado, we were getting pressure on Shador Sanders, then we just throwing the ball over enough. Defense gets gassed, and then as soon as we weren't getting pressure on Shador, like he'll just carve you up. I mean, he kind of like Raiola. If you give him time, he'll get surgical.
Yeah.
What are your score predictions?
Well, here we go.
Yep.
Ooh, prediction time.
Mhm.
Thoughts? I think we handle them. I mean, I think we got a 35-17 type game.
Okay.
I
That would be
said
impressive.
31-21 Huskers.
Oof.
I think we'll put a 40 on them.
Oh gosh.
North Dakota State almost scored 30 on them. They didn't
Wow.
score almost the whole second half until the end. I'll say 44-27
There you go.
Huskers.
I like it.
All right.
that.
Let's see. We'll
All right.
see.
Well,
Next
we'll find
week.
out next Sunday. We'll have a little Caleb Williams preview of the Bears. Here we go. All right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.